Hello in TV land, it's your boy Freelancer Joe, ready to once again get cracking. And I am almost 100% positive that this is actually recording properly. I tested three times before I recorded this, before I'm recording this right now, and I changed nothing. Wait, why is that out of focus? Okay, there you go. I guess it's too dynamic. Too dynamic. But yeah. I'm really hoping it worked this time. Yesterday, I had 30 minutes of pure gold. I mean, just pure positive gold. And then I finished recording, and I went to look at what I'd recorded, and I had the audio, but the visual, the screen that was captured was the wrong screen. It was something else entirely. It was just a web page, the SiriusXM web page, which, while extremely fascinating, really was not reflecting what I was talking about. And so then I was at the crossroads of, okay, do I record another 30 minutes? Or do I just throw something together really quick? Or do I just whip out the DSLR and throw out together an apology video? And, well, part of that 30 minutes of pure gold was me talking about how tired I was from the company holiday party. So I was like, I couldn't do another 30 minutes. I just couldn't. So I tried a 10-minute video, and then it captured the correct screen, but there was no audio. And that just kind of completely discombobulated me. Discombobulated me so much that I just realized this morning that normally when the mic cuts out, I at least put an audio track over the video, but I didn't even do that for yesterday's one. So hold on, let me see if this is picking up. All right, I think it's picking up. I hope it's picking up. I suspect part of the audio confusion is that because I'm using this external USB webcam, which has its own microphone, as opposed to my wonderful Yeti microphone. And yeah, part of the discussion I had yesterday was about how I got the webcam working. And basically the internal webcam was not being picked up, but then I remembered I had an external webcam, so I tried that and it picked it up just fine. The only caveat being, and I guess you may have seen this in yesterday's video if you watched it, is I made this motion like this, and that's because I have this web camera on like a swivel arm kind of thing, which is very flexible, but very hard for repeatability. So I'm not entirely positive about liking this one too much. And the reason I didn't go with this camera to begin with was, well, part of it was that basically it's really easy to get it into various positions, but it's hard to get it back into the exact same position. So that was one. I guess the other one was it didn't really have that much better resolution over the internal camera. So it was easier just to have the internal camera, plus the camera had better focus. So now you're gonna have to bear with me looking at this way, which, I mean, you get my good side, and then I can flip it, and then you can get my other good side, but then you won't get this good side, because they're all good sides, but I know you straight on is where you can get the most appreciation for the symmetrical structure of my chiseled masculine face. I really hope this is recording correctly, because again, this is pure gold, just positive gold. Alright, but let's set things up. One of the interesting things I noted is that, at least with my Ubuntu installation, I do not have to, why isn't it? Okay, it's moving. Oh, when the escape. Ooh, did that kill it? That might have. No, I think it's still recording. Okay. Hope it's still recording. I'm gonna be so disappointed if it's not still recording. But one of the things I noted is that I didn't have to lower the resolution. It didn't really slow down at all. Maybe that's because I dedicated more memory to this. Although I think this is the same amount of memory on this guest OS that I did for CentOS. So that's interesting. Although maybe the other possibility is because this one is doing the external webcam as opposed to the internal webcam. So, who knows? But I've spent all this time kvetching. I do like kvetching though. And I haven't asked you, how are you all doing on this fine and wonderful and glorious Monday afternoon? It's really nice outside. It's almost 50 degrees. Sky's clear, a little windy, but then that's cool because you can see the leaves flying around. So we got a terminal open, and we're going to bring up the editor. So as part of the goal, I had been talking about getting my demo project installed, with all the libraries installed, and it all installed. And then on that 10-minute extra video, makeup video, which had no audio, I basically tried to get it running. And that didn't work either. It's been a while of a few days. Alright, so okay, this is the editor, right? Now we're going to bring up Firefox. And before that, we'll take a break to point out that I'm now trying the Waterloo again. This is the black cherry. How is the black cherry? Black cherry tastes like black cherry. I like black cherry. It's no coconut, but it's still pretty good. Yeah, I went with, this weekend when I did my shopping, I went with, of course, my LaCroix coconut, just cause, and then I decided to throw in the Waterloo just to mix things up. Well, keep doing that. Plus it helps that water too is like $1 cheaper, so not that I'm that strapped for cash, but it is Christmas and the holidays, and I have spent some money buying things for other people, so I might have to tighten the belt a little bit. Well, it's kind of hard to tighten the belt after that holiday Christmas party. Woo-wee! Oh, you missed pure gold talking about that thing. Well, I suppose I can talk about it some more today, but I swear, if the audio didn't record, I'm going to take it as a sign that I should not talk about the holiday Christmas party. Alright, so let's go into the directory. Now, basically, I did a git clone, and it worked perfectly fine, since I had the key in there, for GitHub, which is great. And then I actually was able to run my install script perfectly fine. So I was a little concerned that since this was a different flavor of Linux, that the bash script might not work correctly. I'm not a big Linux, Unix kind of guy, so I don't fully understand the big differences between Ubuntu and CentOS, other than it's really fun to say Ubuntu. I think the only other difference I know of is that basically CentOS has yum, does the installs with RPMs. You do yum install for RPMs, or RPM-IVH if you got it. Well, yum is the repo for the RPMs. And Ubuntu, you do the apt-get, and I think their extensions are debs or something like that. Anyway, okay, so that's where we are, and actually, so the install script worked fine, and the npm start also worked just fine too, interestingly enough, which is really, really cool. Oh, what else did I talked about so much that was gold, just lost to the ether. Well, to the walls around here, I mean. Well, no, technically, this is true. Technically, I do. Do I still have the original capture? I might not have the capture anymore, in which case then it is completely lost. I mean, in theory, I could take the capture, just use the audio track, and overlay it with some other visuals? Maybe? Possibly? That's a lot of work. And the time is lost. Time has passed. What is it? It's just disappointment. Just pure disappointment. Oh yeah, but the holiday party. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna talk about it again. It was nice. So I was at this place called Passion Fish in Reston, Virginia. Nice enough place. It's kind of one of those professional upper middle class type hangouts that people go to. Professional middle professional upper middle class people go to during the weekday. Yeah, maybe for Friday for the meat market effect, I guess, and Saturday. But it's a nice place and really good bar. Although I only had one thing at the suggestion of others, I went with what was it? Basil Hayden, and I'll bring up a picture of it later. You know what? We'll bring up a picture of it now because I'm talking about it now. It was Basil Hayden. Basil Hayden. And I like how it's still the first thing that comes up. You figure you type in basil, the first thing you're going to get is like basil the herb, or basil pesto, or basil pizza. No, I get Basil Hayden. Google does know me well, even though it really shouldn't know that it's me, because I have not linked this account. But yeah, Basil Hayden. And as I commented yesterday, which in the gold that was lost to the ether, I was actually kind of surprised that it's an offshoot of Jim Beam, because I'm not an incredible fan of Jim Beam. I mean, it's fine. It's not my go-to, but it's fine. But any Kentucky bourbon whiskey, any quality Kentucky bourbon whiskey is fine by me. All right, now I'm not going to talk about the party for a while. Now let's actually do some real work here. So this was the error that we saw yesterday, and it's basically complaining about Amplify UI, which is part of the AWS Amplify package, and is complaining about can't resolve at AWS Amplify /UI. So if we look at our package.json for dependencies, we have the only apps we have are for Babel and Matilda UI, and then we have AWS Amplify and AWS Amplify React, but none of those other ones, which is interesting. What that tells me, or what that would lead me to conjecture, is that AWS updated their package. So now let's go look at AWS-Amplify. Amplify for React. Let's see what I have to pull in. My guess is I can, yeah, see, here we go. At AWS Amplify CLI. But that's the CLI. So, I hadn't gone too much into this before when I was talking about how I briefly worked with AWS Amplify, is that Amazon had also come up with this thing, a CLI, a command line interface, and it really made things a lot simpler. But the reason I didn't dig too much into it is because it made things so simple that it was clearly hurting you towards doing things the AWS way, which is cool and all, but insidious in my opinion. Alright, so, okay, that's fine, but what I want are the packages, which we see in GitHub, which hopefully we've got the documentation for how to install that. Okay, AWS Amplify, React, NPM. And this is what we're going to go for. Interesting. So that library is correct. What are the dependencies? It's only got 2 dependencies. Other than that, it says, okay, that's not good. That's not good at all. Alright, let's try AWS Amplify. Maybe it's not the React one. That's the problem. 3 days ago. Okay, that's about right. Dependencies. There we go. Look at those dependencies. Let's go to the GitHub. Let's see if it lists those out, or if it still recommends that I go with the CLI. Database Amplify package on NPM. That's right. What version was this? 1.1. That was the one that I pulled in, wasn't it? Yeah, 1.1.17. No, that's exactly what I did, wasn't it? API, auth. Okay, now it has those in there in the package lock. Core, interactions, pub sub, storage, XHR. What were you complaining about? You were complaining about AWS Amplify UI. Huh. Do I have to manually include that? Is that a bug? That might be an open issue. Let's see. Issues. Issues. Let's see if we can go ahead and just search for this. Issue is open. Where's the search? Filters. I don't have issues. New issue. Nope. And to be honest, I would probably just manually add it. Looks like I'm the only one that's having this issue, apparently. This looks close enough. Okay, maybe I missed something. No, that can't be right, because it was working before. So I wonder if they... React Native, NPM and... I suspect it's this line. I definitely suspect it's this line. So what I said before about them kind of forcing the CLI usage, it looks like they actually have gone ahead and done that. Let me see if I can... Let's see if this will work. sudo, what does the command script do? Let's move this over. Yeah, AWS. It's really hacky if I have to do it this way. Yeah. Oh, let's get that out of the way. And while it's doing that, hopefully it can. Okay, yeah. So the holiday party, right? The whiskey was good, the Basil Hayden, and then the food. All right. So for the appetizer, there was a choice between green salad with a champagne vinaigrette or crab and corn chowder. I went with the salad, and it was basically a bunch of green leaves with a champagne vinaigrette. I ate it in like 3 bites. So okay, that's fine. Although I heard the crab and corn chowder was really, really good. All right, and then the main course though, you had the choice between some type of halibut, which looked like a very sizable piece of halibut, or surf and turf. Oh, look at this. We've got NPM. An update for NPM. Okay, sudo. Let's go ahead and do that. NPM install -g -npm. I wonder why I didn't pick it up before. Right, the halibut or the surf and turf. And the surf and turf was a filet mignon with Alaskan crab legs. And there was actually some concern at first between the coworkers that alright, that you'd have to actually crowd open the crab legs yourselves. And that's not necessarily the best combination because, I mean, you have coworkers, you have alcohol, I mean, you know, tensions might run high, somebody gets stabbed with the crab leg, but as it turns out, they already came pulled. Not just cracked, pulled, and that was great. Alright, so let's start this up. Let's see if that comes up better. And then the filet mignon was too sweet. I mean, they didn't give us like butter knives. I mean, there's knives with like no serrations at all. And that filet mignon just melted right through it. Like it was nothing. It was great. And you could taste the char lines. And then dessert was, they had like a little, tables with little things you could pull out. There was like a mini pecan thing people liked. And then there was a mini tart thing that people liked, but it was too tart for me. It lived up to its name. What I did like was the little chocolate mousse balls that they quartered. It's weird that I had to manually add it though. Really, really weird. Alright, let's see. Let's see if I remember this password. Did it log in? Ooh, look at that. They changed that a little bit. That's nice. That's nice. Alright, let's see if things are still coming up. Bravo came up. Charlie came up. Is the calendar still up? Loading events. And it looks like, yes, we have our events. Nice. So only one change, and it's not anything due to me now running in Ubuntu. It's actually because Amazon updated their packages, and because I'm not using it the way they want me to use it. So what we're going to do then, the unfortunate thing about that means I now have to update everything, all of my templates and my webpage and my website and blah 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 blah. It's one of those things. It happens. Let's add a comment for that. Manual addition for now. So that's good. We'll save this and we'll check it in. Ooh, actually, okay, yeah. So let's end that. clear, git status, git commit -am, updated for Ubuntu, Ubuntu. That'd be a good name for an OS. Git push, ask me for my password. Automatically unlock this key whenever I'm logged in. No. We got that in there. Alright, let's go take a look at GitHub to see if it's actually still there. Well, let's see if I figure out where the stupid bookmark is. And it's still under recently bookmarked. I don't like that. I was complaining about that yesterday in my comedy gold, but yeah. A CD UI demo. 37 seconds ago. Awesome. Alright, so now let's go ahead and what's the next thing we're going to build? My personal website, because that's the one that probably, well, that's the one I would need to have more recently updated. So let's go ahead and check that out and build it too. Probably not going to finish in time. Almost certain it's not going to finish in time. But we can at least start the download, the cloning of the process. So we copy that, git clone the link, should start pulling it out. It already has my password, it hasn't timed out yet, so it's going to download. And let's see what else to talk about for the holiday party. Oh wow, that was quick. That was very quick. So the one thing we're going to do is we're going to have to change that script too, because I believe we also use AWS. Oh, that was Freelancer. Freelancer demo. Let's look at no, it was Freelancer v2. That was my website. Sol.sh. What we want is this line right here. We'll copy this. Let's switch over to switch over to why isn't that appearing? Interesting. Well, switch over to that. It's gonna initialize. You know, I bet you that's one of the settings. That was a little warning message it showed me about down there when I first started this up. Install.sh. We'll go ahead and add this line here. But, you know, we are about at the 30-minute mark, so no point in starting the build because I need to edit this video and make sure that there's actually audio on it. And if there isn't audio, I need to make sure I add the audio. So I'm going to wrap this up for now. Cool key words about liking and subscribing, commenting, and suggesting. I was going to talk about Uber. So much gold lost yesterday. Anyway, I hope you join me tomorrow. I hope this video works out. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. And then until the next time you join me, that you take care and God bless.